So we're really excited to offer two new products in our range. One is the SDX 3100 HV, which is our new streamer preamplifier DAC. The other one is the A3100 HV, which is our new power amplifier. Both models really are a continuation of what we started some years ago. The A3100 actually is a continuation of the A3000, which was started 12 years ago. The SDX can be seen as a successor of the SDV, which we launched for our 40th company anniversary back in 2018.
A3000 was one of our best selling and oldest amplifiers indeed. Many people have asked us in the last years, why don't you make a new one? The old design was so good that it didn't make sense to make a new one. Our philosophy is, if we make something new, it really has to be new. A new model means for us really new features and a big improvement in performance. This now brings us to the new model, the A3100 HV. The idea behind is that now the consumer or user has the choice between a very stable, high voltage and high power behavior of the amplifier, or a less powerful behavior, but a much more, let me say, audiophile sonic behavior. By reducing the voltage in the transformer, we achieve a much higher area of pure Class A operation. And this means now that this amplifier can provide 80 watts per channel in pure Class A. By creating a much higher silent current, we achieve a much better electronic behavior. That means the amplification curve is much more linear, we have much less distortion, and the sound quality simply improves dramatically. Do you need high power? That means high voltage. Then we can offer the high voltage operation. But if that's not necessary and you have the chance to have smaller rooms, smaller speakers, then the high current mode is perfect for you. The convenient thing is now that we can simply switch from high current to high voltage mode. And of course you can switch from stereo mode into mono, but it's not bridged. This is not what we want to. It's just paralleled. And you can switch as well the inputs from balanced to unbalanced. On the front panel, you will find new VU meters, which have been designed for the new product. They have a different color. They can be matched to other systems. And in the middle of the display, you'll find, of course, the indicators for the new modes, like the high voltage mode or the high current modes.
One might think that the new SDX basically is just an SDV added with the new G3 streaming client, but there's a lot more than that. The SDX is essentially a crossover between the SDV, the SD, and the P3100. So the SDV was a streamer DAC preamplifier, the SD a streamer and DAC, and the P basically our reference grade preamplifier. And what we've done really is a crossover between those three devices, and we put it all in the new SDX. Of course, the most important thing is the new G3 streaming client, which gives you a lot of possibilities in terms of connectivity.
The SDX, the first T+8 HV series device with a color display. The new color display have a better resolution and a better contrast than we ever used before. The capacitive touch buttons are completely separate from the display. What is also new for the SDX is a complete new phono module, which slots in from the rear. We also have a very high-end preamp stage with a volume control using gold-plated relays. The preamp delivers 12 dB again. We also have a dedicated headphone amp and two connectors in the front, the 4.4 Pentacon connector and the 6.3 millimeters headphone connector. The advantage of the headphone amp is that we have a very good sound because it's completely analog. An important point of the preamplifier is that it's completely balanced, and we have the gold-plated 1 dB steps volume control. The complete balance architecture is important because you can avoid distortions and noise. We use the gold contact relays because we want to have extremely low resistance, because to have the optimal sound quality. The SDX contains our high-end DAC, which is able to have the PCM up to 768 and the DSD up to 1024. Our DAC contains two totally separated paths for DSD and for PCM. The overriding goal was to have a high-end preamp and DAC and a streamer into one case. The main challenge was not to concentrate too much to one component, but to have all components with equal high quality. To reach this goal, we have to work 8 or 9 months in the development department. We are very proud that we have reached our goals.
And we've added a new feature, which is an analog EQ. So basically you can do all kinds of tone controls, again all on the analog side, not digital. And this is something we didn't have before in the previous models. Although these could be seen as companion products, the SDX and the A3100 can of course be used in other combinations. For example, the SDX is a perfect partner for active loudspeakers. The A3100 goes along with our P3100 preamplifier or can also be used with other brands.
The general philosophy of our HV series is that we try to reduce influences by transformers or power supplies as much as possible just by the cabinet design. And the cabinets of the HV series always have several chambers or compartments. We always have the transformers in a separate compartment. In case of the amplifier, it's on the bottom and it's really separated by a 10mm thick aluminium plate. And all those parts that can make noise or humble or whatever are in a separate cabinet just to protect the PCB boards in the top compartment. And in the top compartment we have all the electronic components so that they can work really without any influence of the power supply. I'm sure that this new model will have the same success as the old A3000 had, but I'm very happy that we now reach more customers. Not only people requiring a lot of power, but as well audiophile people who really like an extremely well-sounding amplifier. And although it's huge, it's very sensitive and it has really won a lot of performance aspects which we didn't have before.